all sense of reality and enter another world. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.
Based on everything we're talking about, Mark writes in and says, "Hey guys, huge fan of the podcast and a big fan of my Vita. Question. With all the talk recently of Vita's future, what do you think the chances are that Sony will try another handheld, and what do you think it would be like? I think the chances are slim and none you ever see another Sony handheld. And I'm not talking about another Vita redesign. I mean Vita 2, PSP 2, whatever.
No time anytime soon. Yeah, I mean, I think Vita right now is still part of the PS4 platform. Like, whether that's yet another separate conversation of, like, the remote play stuff is working great. You know, like, I have no complaints about just how remote play functions, and they just released a second model less than a year ago. So, yeah, I don't think you see even a new model of Vita for quite a while, let alone a whole new handheld. I think you're talking, if it happens, you're talking 5 years minimum.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I said it before on the show. I'm of two minds. Like, the most obvious thing is to say, like, there's no chance. They're done, like, with handhelds. The other thing is that, like, I think they're crazy enough to make another Vita. You know? Like, I think that they're crazy enough to be like, nope, like, we're making another Vita, you know? It's more powerful and blah, 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 and it'll play your old games, and it has 2 triggers on each side and all this kinds of thing. I can see, like, there's a portion of my mind that's like, I can see them doing that, and I feel like it could be an R&D right now. You know, like, because they want to double down.
Well, they definitely have another handheld being worked on in R&D right now. Guaranteed. Will it ever see the light of day? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure they're prototyping.
I mean, that's how this works, right?
I mean,
to
like,
even
PS4,
have it out.
Think about it, as PS4 is selling probably twice as fast as they ever expected to. Like, if they can get a machine out during the PS4's lifespan that can play PS4 games natively, like, yeah, I mean, they would want to do that.
Yeah. It's
but I mean, like,
I think
that
they're
device can't be $900 though. Like, I mean, that's the problem, is like getting it down to the same problem Sony has had pretty much every time it's launched a system other than PS4, which is like launching it at way too high of a price point and the proprietary memory and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they can't. If they really do another handheld, like, they have to learn so much from this launch. Like, surely they would understand, like, what goes into it and what'll get people to buy it. I think, like you always say, like, you know, sell the hardware at a loss, make it up in software.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to do, and they're already making a profit on PS4. So I just think Sony is bold enough to do it. Like, I think that they're actually, like, one of the companies that they would do it.
Well, I mean, and if PS4 continues to sell this well throughout this whole generation, they'll have theoretically the money to take a risk too. So,
but there's no need to do that right now. Just focus on making Vita better.
Users lose all sense of reality and enter another world. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.